Haven't seen from them yet. They pull the Taka. Once again, Lance does go over to Willie. One of his comfort picks. We see the Arden, though, go back to Flash. They're still feeling like this is the roam they want to run with.
Well, we're going to be seeing this Scarf, and when we saw this Taka-Scarf matchup before, the Taka did not work well at all, and hopefully this isn't going to be a Crystal Taka.
Yeah, but we saw Scarf have a double protection composition when we saw the Taka do poorly into it. You don't have a double protection composition here, you've got two threats, and it's just the Arden. You don't have Lance, who was probably doing the majority of the work, and the Adagio for the heals. Don't know if it's going to work the way that TSM are predicting it to.
But you can kind of see Armada spending in a little extra time thinking, not expecting TSM necessarily to pull out the Scarf for best shot, but they do go with the Sky, looking for...
Going to have to respect, and this is a Von C Kestrel. So if you're focusing down best chuck on the Scarf, you're getting blown up by Von C's Kestrel.
Looking forward to see, of course, how Von C's Kestrel does do. It is a very signature hero for him and has been for a long time. Look at Druid in the lane, however. Already putting a lot of pressure on the Best Chuck, forcing out that Halcyon potion. The minion candy really making it difficult for Best Chuck to go for that CS too easily.
Yeah, and Best Chuck starting with this light armor here. It's a pretty nice choice. You know that Druid's going to come out there with that weapon blade. It helps him in that lane. He just takes a little bit less damage, and against a player like Druid, you know he's going to be harassing.
Absolutely. So, talking about builds and the items that are being picked up, we of course see these two weapon blades on Phoenix Armada already on Mango and Druid. Would you like to see them go double weapon, force a lot of fights in the mid-game, try and end things kind of quickly against this Scarf?
It's really tough. Honestly, I think they need to see how this game's playing out, but I wouldn't like to see them go double weapon. I think go ahead and get some real burst coming out of this Taka would be my preference, but honestly, Phoenix, they might have something up their sleeve here that we might not expect.
Absolutely. Druid doing a good job of trading in the Flash there. Willie with a nice impale to kick that one off. Both the junglers being quite passive for the time being, with both Mango and Von C sitting back and farming up. I feel like the pace of this game should be quite different from last week.
Well, this is all around power spikes right here. Willie, an interesting boot right up into the lane. It looked like they were trying to get an engagement here.
Really didn't want to waste any time, but was this the right decision? You can see, of course, with Von C already being there ahead of Mango, lots of damage goes his way. I'm surprised by the boost. I mean, why do you think he decided to do that?
Well, honestly, even in a 2v3 situation, if Willie lands that impale, there's a good chance that Best Chuck actually dies there, because while Druid wasn't right behind him, he could have easily target locked, Surrey struck into position, and just laid that forward barrage and a couple basics down there.
All right, Flash this time going to be the one that gets impaled. Lots of forward barrage damage coming down. Certainly, this early in the game, Druid is doing a lot of work. Now with the rotation into the jungle, picking up some more itemization. Should be able to come back to lane and really keep the pressure on Best Chuck.
All right, well, we do see Mango picking up the Stormguard banner here, and Hourglass as well, so he may be going into that little bit, you know, the Tension Crown type of build, or not the Aftershock with that. And I think it should be pretty good for him. We'll see if he completes that Storm Crown. It's all about, do they start to snowball? Does he need to start completing some CP items? But this is my preference getting into this game.
So one thing I think really interesting about this composition the Team SoloMid is playing is that on Twitter, although hang on a second, Flash X coming on the wall, and this time Mango is actually here. Druid finding some good damage with the forward barrage. Mango wants that first blood. He's hunting down Von C, picks up the kill. Flash can't get away with another impeccable stun out of Willie. Phoenix Armada pick up the double kill.
Yeah, that was pretty insane right there, but Mango pushing this Taka to the limits. I was pretty surprised when people were saying, and we know that Taka wasn't really like in this overall meta, but I was surprised that people weren't putting an emphasis on it at all, because the mobility, the burst that comes out of this hero is insane. And Mango has not hit that level 6. When X-Retsu comes online, it feels like Taka is a whole new hero.
Absolutely, and I want to return to my previous point about TSM's team composition, because I think it's very interesting. Flash has been, saying recently that the team who does well, if they're going to beat Phoenix at Worlds, is going to be the one who imitates their style and maybe manages to do it a bit better. This is not really a Phoenix thing. I mean, we've not seen them play this kind of comp with the Scarf before. Someone's actually imitating Hammers, who they struggled against earlier on today. So I'm quite curious that they've had this change of heart so close to the finals.
Well, I think it's like oversimplified a little bit when you say like the team that imitates Phoenix is the team that's going to win. I think you need to take a little bit from every single team that you see is working, and that's where the overall best gameplay is going to come from. Every single one of these teams here, every one of the teams that's been eliminated has done things that the other teams have not done. And so if you can put all these things together, that's going to make the best team here.
All right, we see the Storm Crown actually finished up by Mango here. This is a significant diversion from what we saw out of Von C earlier, who kept the banner for a very long time, but obviously does give quite a lot of stats to Mango.
Yeah, this is really nice. And the thing is, if he gets into the jungle right now, which he hasn't invaded too much, he can really start to steal away a lot of games here.
All right, well, Phoenix Armada for the time being are not really making too many moves down there. They're focusing a lot of their attention towards the lane. Willie's constantly going for the impales, trying to land them. Not going to get that one. Flash does get hit by the gifting wall, though. It's just a war of attrition, it feels like, with Phoenix Armada sometimes. They constantly pressure you until you break.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect way that you actually put that there. Flash,
Flash,
pretty bad place.
Impale. Druid picks up the kill. Mango's nearby. They might go for the dive on the best Chuck, but without vision. Willie's flare coming out a little bit late there. It's a bit dicey, trying to walk all the way up towards that bush.
Yeah, I mean, but you just had the war of attrition, and it's all about these guys. They're putting damage down to the point where you have to be careful. See around the backside.
He's trying to he actually misses his first one shot there. Does get some damage down, but that was a little bit anticlimactic because now Mango decides to try and pick him up. That's the impale as well. Von C, as soon as he tries to make an aggressive play, is shut down yet again. Now the turret could be the next focus. Mango is drawing aggro on that. Doesn't want to go on to Best Chuck. There's the X-Red to Flash. Has to burn the Vanguard. Phoenix just back off.
I mean, the biggest thing I'm seeing in these first two games here is the element of surprise. Phoenix Armada are constantly rotating on TSM, and they appear to not expect these rotations to be coming through. Mango, he just walked right up there. He basic attacks right next to the turret, combos him up, and an impale comes through from Willie, and it's just rest in peace. What are you going to do against that? We need to see Flash, and he doesn't want to do it right now, but we need to see Vision coming down. They cannot be caught by surprise.
I've got to agree. Something else I'm finding kind of interesting here, Von C going for the double crystal there. We frequently see maybe one picked up, but going for two, that's actually quite surprising.
Well, I mean, this is Von C. Von C is going to do what he thinks he needs to do. He honestly, and he is one of the guys that will build a little bit differently than most people expect in every single game. I think sometimes to his detriment, sometimes to the surprise of his enemies, but right here, I don't think it's really too big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, of course, remembering from day one that Crystal Power Glaive that actually put Team SoloMid in a bit of a tough situation.
Let's not bring that up right now.
All right, well, let's take stock of this game instead. We've got almost the 4,000 gold lead now ticking over for Phoenix Armada. They are in dominating control of the map. We've got great vision. Best Chuck actually gonna get Githian walled back from a crazy angle. Willie, he just lands these amazing Githian walls you would never expect.
It's like he had to dislocate his shoulder to get in position to Githian wall him back. I mean, honestly, when our analysts are talking about Willie being such a player.
Hang on a second. Von C impaled yet again. Mango with the bleed. Gonna pick up the kill. Flash X, can he get away from this one? Mango wants more, so does Druid. They're diving. Another turret. Best Chuck just respawned. Have some mercy, Phoenix. Team SoloMid have not picked up a single kill yet.
My hands are just in the air like, what? What are you supposed to do there? I'm not sure Phoenix even care about turrets right now. They just see heroes, they see potential money.
Von C gonna be picked up yet again as Mango keeps the aggression going. Phoenix Armada have more than a kill a minute at 8 minutes into the game. They want more still. Best Chuck. Mango! He falls. Flash, can he even get back to the Sanctuary just to catch his breath? Look at how quick the respawn timers are. How are Phoenix making this happen? How are Team SoloMid not forcing them back? Finally, they start moving. Willie eats that one-shot, one kill. Druid wanted more. He almost jumped through that gauntlet. Willie could be going down here. Can Team SoloMid pick up one kill? Mango into the base. He's going for Von C. Mango! He picks up the kill. What is happening, Humanist?
Well, basically, I'm pretty sure Mango was listening to the analysts hype Druid and Willie up, and they were like, yeah, Mango's pretty good too. And Mango showed up here trying to make a point that he is one of the studs you need to keep your eyes on. Honestly, this is just phenomenal.
He was like, you know, this just isn't the meta for me. I can't play those aggressive assassins other than Koshka and just constantly get banned or picked. Give me Taka.
Give me the Taka. Mango Unchained here.
All right.
What we can do.
Almost 24, now 24,000 gold to Phoenix Armada. They are, of course, massively in the lead. Honestly, Team SoloMid, how can they come back into this one? Normally with a Scarf, you're expecting to kind of play from behind. You want to hit the late game before you're powerful. But when you're this far behind, are you going to even get there?
Well, if you don't think you're going to get there, that's like giving up. This team's not going to do that. You have to play as defensively as you have ever played in your life, but you need to get the scout traps down. You need to have vision. You can't be flaring out every single position. I like that at least we have these couple scout traps here, but as they push out, if they have one moment, I need to see Flash getting this vision down across the map. And if he can do so, at least they're not going to be surprised.
Well, we'll see if he can find any opportunity too. As Phoenix back up, take some more of those camps away from Team SoloMid. They're really just denying every single advantage that Team SoloMid could maybe get to pull themselves back into the no sources of gold on the map for them. Team SoloMid's just playing to the Phoenix Armada.
Yeah, and honestly, you almost have to pull off like a super surprise of your own coming out of Team SoloMid. Maybe even a bait situation. If you can get Best Chuck into a position where there's an active camo right behind him and have Mango X Retsu into that. I mean, but if that's your win condition, well, good luck. And right now, they need a bit of luck on their side. 11-1. We're not even 11 minutes into this game right now. Phoenix just on a tear.
They really are. Best Chuck has recently picked up his even hardest. If a fight goes long enough, perhaps he can maybe turn it around. Up until this point, they have not been going particularly long, though. Mango moving forwards, looking for Best Chuck right now. Look at the damage right away. That forces the Dragon's Breath whilst Best Chuck is still in his team's sanctuary. The siege is difficult for Phoenix this early in the game, though, because the turret's still doing some serious work. The Botsy does get impaled. That's the Gauntlet. Flash wants to make something happen. One shot does connect with Mango. Druid stunned up. He's got to be careful. Bouncing back. There's the bounce. Flash goes down. Botsy to follow.
Wow.
Best Chuck, he's in the 1 versus 2. Can Willie land the Githian wall? Not quite, but Mango doesn't care. He wants the kill. He wants the ace. Phoenix Armada, they might even end things 11 minutes into this game.
Mango wants to tango. He got some right there. These guys, 1 Bane Crystal turret remaining. This is just phenomenal gameplay. I mean, to make Team SoloMid this far behind, this early in the game, it's absolutely insane right here. Like, TSM came in, it looked like they had a pretty strong opinion of how they were going to play this game, taking the Scarf. This is something that they had to have talked about, you know, coming into this matchup as, you know, a key to victory if they see these kind of heroes coming out on the map.
Absolutely, and you know, at points during this game, we've had close to 1,000 gold lead per minute for Phoenix Armada. That's just numbers that we don't even normally make a point about because they don't happen. The gold mine are now being taken by Phoenix 2. Returning to the point about the plan of Team SoloMid,
gold payout collected.
Is it really the case, though, that they've had this plan for a while, or is it something inspired by hammers? Hang on a second, Best Chuck hit by the impale. Botsy very low, Best Chuck goes down. This fight is over in a flash, and Flash is the last one trying to get out of here. Mango gonna be on the hunt, finds the kill.
Yeah.
Phoenix Armada, they're thinking they want to end things right here, pushing into the base of Team SoloMid. Man, Team SoloMid has some serious work to do to dig themselves out of this series and start to make their comeback as we move forward into Game 3.
Well, my goodness gracious. Phoenix, look at these guys. I mean,